I'm in Africa, and I'm here looking for one of the largest animals in its species. And it's probably an animal that you've never heard of. It's called the giant white Goliath beetle, and it's one of the biggest, most sought-after insects in the world. It's also one of the most rare. In fact, in any given year, no more than a dozen have been found. And they're found in this huge forest ahead of me. It's home to hundreds of species of fascinating animals and deadly predators. And that's where I'm going, in search of the giant white Goliath beetle. I'm Dominic Monaghan. All my life, I've been driven by two strong passions: acting and wild creatures. Since I was a kid, I've dreamt of traveling the planet to get my hands on the rarest, scary, and most dangerous animals out there. And now, I finally have my chance. I'm in Africa, Cameroon to be exact, in the town of Buya, picking up some supplies in this market.
Can I get some peppers?
And I'm about to embark on one of my most challenging expeditions yet.
Thank you.
I'm heading deep into the jungle to track down an insect so rare, only a handful are found every year. And here it is right here. The beautiful, white, giant Goliath beetle. Check it out. Once found throughout the region, loss of habitat to logging and farming has driven this 11-centimeter long giant to the brink of extinction. It's the largest beetle on the planet, and this could be my last chance to observe this incredible beetle in its natural environment before it becomes extinct. They're so rare that my only hope of finding one lies in contacting the hunters and dealers that supply collectors with insects like the Goliath beetle.
Hello.
And I'm told that they like to hang out here in the market. I managed to get hold of the name of a guy called Mr. Ivo, but finding him in this chaos is going to be almost impossible.
Hey, do you guys know this person? Mr. Ivo? You know this person, Mr. Ivo?
I've looked all over the market, but with no luck.
No idea.
No.
But finally, I catch a break. I'm told that Mr. Ivo runs his insect export business from his home at the top of a nearby hill. I don't know how these guys get up and down this hill in a car, because I can barely get up and down on my own 2 feet. After a long hike to the top, I hope I've come to the right place.
Mr. Ivo. Yeah? Oh, man, you're not an easy man to find.
Now, I've got to convince him to help me out.
Come in.
Okay, great.
Let me show you.
Oh, wow.
You see?
We have a ton.
Yeah, I love creatures.
Ivo's one of the biggest insect dealers in the region.
These are other small ones.
Ah, these are beautiful. And he relies on a large network of middlemen and insect hunters spread out across Cameroon.
I have guys in the villages who collect insects and bring them up to me.
And then you preserve them, and then you prepare them, and then you send them to different places around the world.
Yeah. We export to Europe, America, and Asia.
He's got tons of the more common giant beetles.
Oh, it's so heavy.
But even Mr. Ivo doesn't own any rare white Goliaths. How many times do you think you would see a white Goliath beetle in 1 year?
If you're lucky, maybe you find one.
One?
Yeah.
But I've come to see one alive in the wild, and only Ivo's beetle hunters can make that dream a reality. Can you help me?
Well, I'm not really sure, but I will try to find someone. He might be of help to you or not, I don't know. But I will try to call him and see if he can help you.
All right, well, that's the best that we can do, right? I'll just have to hope that I'll be lucky.
If you're a lucky guy, maybe you can find one.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky.
Yeah.
That was great meeting Mr. Ivo, but who knows how long it's going to be until he gets back in touch with me. So while I have a little bit of time to kill, I'm going to go check out this amazing volcano. At just over 4,000 meters, it's the highest mountain in Cameroon, and the most active volcano in West Africa.
So I hear there's a legend about the mountain.
The gods of the mountain, they call them the Ipasamoto. Half human, half stone. When people visit, it's not advisable you taking something from the mountain along with you, even a stone, because the god of the mountain will be angry. When they're angry, there's this fire that will come out from the mountain. There will be this eruption.
And in the last century alone, this volcano has erupted 7 times. But judging from the relaxed mood of my guide Ferdinand, I don't think I've got to worry about that today.
Hopefully we should see a bunch of wildlife. It's incredibly fertile around here because the volcano spews out a lot of ash. I just hope I can keep up with Ferdinand. Oh, check it out, check it out. I actually thought that this down here was just some new earth that had been uncovered because of the color of it. This is actually army ants. These are African army ants. And it looks like what they're doing is moving the nest site from one place to the other. The ants inside of this tunnel can actually see that they're moving with their eggs, but they're protected by the soldiers. They form a ceiling above them and allows them to move really safely. There's no animal around here that would mess with this amount of ants. And as you can see from these workers here, they're sat with their mandibles facing upwards, so anything that were to brush across this colony is gonna pick up 20 or 30 mandibles that are gonna bite. Let's see if I can touch him and get away. Ow. Wow, that guy's... Ow, that's kind of painful. Ow. He's got all of his jaw in my fingertip. And there's no way I can take it off. Like, if I flick this little guy now, he's probably gonna leave his head inside me, so I need to wait until he's done. No joke. That's from a tiny, tiny little ant. That's what ants are all about. It's all about the society. It has nothing to do with the individual. That's why ants are probably my favorite animal on the planet. Sweet, the African army ant.
This is called Kigelia africana. It's a medicinal plant. The bark is anti-poison.
So that's what's happened here. Someone
took the bark and chew for poison food or poison snakes.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Is it tasty? What does it taste of?
It's a little bit bitter.
Is it good?
It's good.
Where's my piece? Oh, wow. So if I get bitten by a snake...
No, you cannot be bitten by snakes. So you can try.
It is bitter, but hey, if it's good for you. Cool, man. So we're protected from snakes now?
Yes.
Let's keep going. Oh, look. It's a chameleon. Oh, wow. This is a 4-horned chameleon, because as you can see from the front of his little face, he's got these 4 horns, and the thought, this is a male, is that they're used to kind of show dominance. If you have bigger horns, you're a bigger male, you're a stronger male, you get a cuter female. One of the things they can do is their eyes can move independently of each other, which gives them great vision, and the only time that they actually use their eyes together is when they're locking in on prey. Chameleons are the most famous for changing color, which it's doing right now. For a long time, it was thought that they change color based on their environment, and they do that, but for the most part, they change color based on their mood. When a chameleon's happy, they'll be kind of pistachio green. When a chameleon's annoyed, they'll be kind of a dark brown. Chameleons have a prehensile tail. That means that they use their tail as a 5th limb. They can actually hang on by it. And they have these fused feet. You can see right here. Put this little guy back for a second. These amazing little arms that they have will actually grab on to individual branches, like an oven mitt. Grab onto a branch, and it gives them great grip. The 4-horned chameleon. Wicked.
And the rest of my hike up the mountain proves equally thrilling.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh, there's more under here. There's a little family of beetles.
We've been on the volcano for hours, and it's time to head back to town. Thankfully, there's a message waiting for me from Mr. Ivo, and it looks like I'm finally in business.
Told me to head to a village called Kanye to meet up with a middleman. He's the connection between Mr. Ivo and the hunters.
All I have to do now is convince him to share the secrets of beetle hunting with a complete stranger.
What's up, buddy?
Easy peasy.
It's really nice to feel like you're on the road now. Up until now, it's been a really amazing trip in Africa, but I've not felt like I've made any real progress. Now, I do.
I'm on my way to the remote village of Kanye to meet Mr. Ivo's middleman. Getting there isn't going to be easy. You can forget GPS. Directions here are strictly word of mouth.
Is this Kanye?
Look for you, it's up there.
Kanye.
Yeah.
I'm close to Kanye, evidently. And I now start the search for this middleman.
There's just one small problem. Mr. Ivo gave me a name, but no address. So once again, I'll have to rely on the locals for help.
Hello.
Hi, man.
Hi.
Given the reception I'm getting,
Hi, man.
I'm feeling that they don't get a lot of strangers around here.
I think they're saying white man. I think every time I drive past some kids, I think they say, white man, white man.
Hi, man.
Yeah, white man. Well, it feels like we're at the center of something here. Hello. Let me see if this guy knows. Is this Kanye?
This is Konya.
This is Kanye. Do you know anyone that works with insects?
Insect, no, I
don't know, man. I mean, he could live in any of these places. Hello? There's a whole bunch of kids here. If I can't find the middleman, maybe I'll let the middleman find me. So, I'm gonna park my car, see if I can join this game.
Who knows, maybe my David Beckham skills will draw a crowd.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm gonna give you a lesson in football right now. That's not strictly true. I'm probably gonna roll my ankle. All right, let's do this thing. Yeah, pass.
I may not be able to speak a word of the local dialect, but football doesn't need any translation.
Come on! Half time. Just in the middle of a very tactical team talk here.
Pass ball.
Yeah, exactly. Pass,
Yes.
and then you pass, and then
Yes.
you
Hold
pass,
on, pass.
and you score. This is it. Second half. I'll play way better in the second half. I always do. Very passionate.
I still haven't found my scoring touch, but my game plan seems to be working. Most of the town's turned up to watch the match. As the final whistle goes, we manage to hold on to our slim one-goal lead.
Thank you. Well played.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, how are you?
I'm a friend to Mr. Ivo.
Oh, you're Mr. Ivo's friend?
Yes.
You're the middleman?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, should we go to your house?
Yes.
All right, great, cool. Maybe you play for Manchester United one day. You're a middleman for Mr. Ivo.
Yeah, he's my big customer, so I have worked with him for 10 years.
Well, I'm glad. Now that I've connected with Sonny, I can learn a little bit more about how to find the elusive giant white Goliath beetle.
That's great. I mean, he said he's got some beetles, and this is the place to find beetles, so fingers crossed we should be on the right track here. Oh, cool, man. So these are all Goliath beetles?
Yes, this is dead beetles.
But this isn't a white beetle?
No, this is similar with the white. Similar to white.
So the white beetle is all white?
Yeah, all white.
I'd love to see one of these guys in the wild.
Really,
I've now reached my second objective. Sonny's agreed to connect me with one of his best beetle hunters.
I was too excited.
And with our business done for the day, he invites me in for a home-cooked meal.
Poo fish, call it poo fish. And this,
Yeah?
and this is meat.
Yeah? What type?
Juka.
Juka. Okay. No idea what juka is. Oh, thank you very much. Wow, it looks good. This is oil from a tree. From a tree, right?
Very good.
Oh, the fish is good. Oh, it's really good. I'm gonna try the meat. Spicy. It's tough. It's like jerky. It's like jerky. Thank you very much for the food. With dinner over, I'm treated to yet another example of African hospitality. Despite the cramped quarters, Sonny insists that I stay for the night. So I'm gonna get some sleep, wake up in the morning, I'll say bye to Sonny and his beautiful family, and then I'll be on my way. See you in the morning. Sonny has told me to head to Idiki, a remote village a few hours' drive deeper into Cameroon's rugged interior. Once there, he's arranged for me to meet a family of beetle hunters he's employed for years. These guys collect insects for him, and they've actually collected the giant white Goliath beetle before. Not too many times, but they've definitely done it. So I am getting closer and closer to my goal. But I'm quickly learning that on this expedition, nothing's easy. Yesterday's roads were bad, but they were like a freshly paved motorway compared to this one. Some of these ruts are swallowing the car, so I'm trying to avoid them as best I can, but to be honest, they're all over. I haven't seen a soul for hours, and a breakdown out here could put me dangerously behind schedule, threatening to derail this entire mission. All right. Wow, that engine is hot. You could fry an egg on that thing right now. Well, it's pretty stuck. Maybe if I go backwards and then go forwards, I might get out of this thing. Man, is that like the 27th time I've stalled? The car is smoking a little bit now, but I'm at the crest of this hill. I've probably got 20, 30 feet to go, so I'm gonna see if I can get up there without this car downing on me. Oh, good times. Oh, a couple more stalls, and we should be good. I think that was the worst of it. So this is definitely a nicer part of the road. I was a little hectic there for a section. I'm a little worried that I'm behind schedule now. This family that I'm meeting go into the forest every morning to catch insects. And I probably added an extra hour onto my day, so I'm hoping I'll make up some time now. Oh, this guy's got some bottles and a knife. Hello? Hey, man. Are you Kaiman?
Yeah.
I'm friends with Sonny. My name's Dominic.
Yeah, Dominic, how are you?
So you going into the jungle?
Just go to the jungle.
Can I come with you?
No problem, let's go to the bush.
I'll leave my car there?
Yes.
Well, let me grab my bag and I'll come.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool lizard.
Yeah.
I come here looking for the white Goliath beetle.
It's rare.
But beautiful, right?
Very too beautiful. Very nice with the way you see it, and very expensive.
White Goliaths can sell for thousands of dollars, enough to support Kaiman's family of 5 for well over a year.
This one of the two where Goliath live.
This one?
Yes, this.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But not today?
There is nothing there now.
Okay, well, I'll keep looking for you.
Yeah.
I used to hunt for beetles in my garden when I was a kid, but out here, they take their hunting a little more seriously. Anything?
There's nothing.
The net doesn't seem to be working. But Kaiman's got another plan. Oh, we're making a trap?
Yeah.
All right.
Send it over here.
Which, this one?
Yes.
Okay, wish me luck.
Wish you luck.
Thanks, man. This is where my baseballing ability comes in.
Send it with power. Go.
Oh, so close. To be fair, that wasn't the branch I was going for, but it is in the right ballpark. You see it?
This one still.
You lose it.
Yeah, it's losing.
We lost that rock because I was too strong. Oh, this little kid's got one. Nice one. Yeah. Come in. Yep.
It's okay.
Got it. We're now creating the bucket, which is made from a plastic ball. Now he's going to attach a string
Send it up.
that I threw over the branch. In the jug is a sweet mixture of palm wine and bananas. It's a kind of homemade bait that should attract the beetle. Good. Shake. Jungle cocktail. How much?
Put. Go.
Yep. So, my very first beetle bucket trap. A little different from turning over stones when I was a kid looking for beetles. Fun. With my trap in place, Kaiman wants to check on some he set up earlier in the week. But as we approach them, we've come face to face with the undisputed king of this forest. Oh, right there, yeah, right there. The Black Forest Cobra. This is one of the most dangerous and aggressive snakes in the world. But I can't pass up a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a closer look. Oh! Whoa, he's fast. Whoa. I got it. These guys are highly venomous. He's a little skittish right now. Whoa. I have a friend. Whoa. Who's a herpetologist. And we were talking before I came to Africa. Whoa. About venomous snakes. And he said to me, do not get bitten by the snake. They can kill a grown adult, that would be me, in as short as half an hour. These guys do not mess around. This guy's getting a little excited. Whoa. Their senses are highly tuned. Calming down a little bit now, see how his hood is just disappearing. It's a beautiful snake. But before this guy gets too riled up... It's all right, buddy. I think it's time to let him be on his way. I'm still buzzing from my Cobra encounter when Kaiman reminds me we still have to check on the traps he set earlier in the week.
Can you put it down?
Okay, I'll get it. Keep coming. I got it. We find some insects. So this guy just had a little bit too much palm wine. But I guess the white Goliath beetle isn't interested in today's special. So that was a fun day, spending some time with Kaiman and his family, looking for insects. No sign of the Goliath beetle anywhere, so I'm a little worried about that. So to make sure that our next hunt is more successful, Kaiman wants to ask for a little divine assistance. He's arranged for the local shaman to tell our fortune and find out if our next hunt will be a success. And it looks like everyone in the village has come to watch the ceremony. I'm not sure why the shaman is pouring beer on my feet, but it looks like the ceremony can now begin. I think these are the leaves from the tree that the Goliath beetle lives on. Kaiman said I've got to pull as hard as I can on this stack of leaves. If they tear, I'm out of luck. But if they don't, we're in business. Hopefully, This will bring me luck when I go out looking for the beetle again later on tonight.
Thank you.
Drop with powers! Drop with powers!
Your mission is okay, you go. You have to see white Barbacatus beetle. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
So the leaves didn't break. Should be a good sign. Either way, it was really fun. With the ritual over, Kaiman and I head back into the forest for a nocturnal beetle hunt. So I'm in the forest looking for the Goliath beetle. And the jungle's just a cacophony of noise at night. Hey, listen. Frogs. Grasshoppers. Some pretty sophisticated communication going on right now between these animals. And probably a little bit of lovemaking. A little bit of lovemaking. All right, let's keep moving. Look. Up. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, it's gone. It's okay, buddy. Look at this thing. Look at this. I can't believe I saw this. Just sat by the side of this little crossing here. I saw these two huge eyes looking, and I went over. I was able to pick this guy up. Look, he's so relaxed. This is the Goliath frog, the largest frog in Africa, the largest frog in the world. An absolute beast. I mean, look at the size of that guy's hands. And incredibly powerful animals. I mean, look at the muscles in this frog's legs. The French would have an absolute field day with this frog. There's not a lot of insects that this frog wouldn't have a go at. Obviously, frogs are insectivorous. And the size of this animal, I mean, there's just no insect that it would be threatened by. It's also going to eat other frogs as well. They're nocturnal, which is why their eyes are so big. This guy's probably at least 5, maybe even 10 years old. I'm gonna let this guy go now. That was cool. That was the Goliath frog. But my hunt for the Goliath beetle isn't going nearly as well. So, we're looking in the trees for the white Goliath beetle. And just as we're about to call it a night,
Hey, he's there.
Kaiman spots something in the treetops.
Yeah.
Oh, right there, right there.
Hey.
Look.
It's a Goliath. It looks like we may have finally found the object of my quest. Oh, got it.
It's gonna bite you, Yes,
Upon closer inspection, we see that this isn't the rare white Goliath, but rather its less valuable relative. Beautiful animal, though. Ginormous beetle. As our hunt ends, I have to face the fact that the white Goliath beetle just isn't here. Luckily, Kaiman tells me I've got one last shot.
Bakossi Mountain. Cannot have it here.
Okay, so for me to get the best chance of finding the white Goliath beetle, I need to head to a place called the Bakossi Mountain.
Bakossi Mountain, that's where you have to go. I have to go later.
I guess that's where I'm going next. Kaiman's told me to head to Nyal, a small village nestled deep within the mountains. And with my time in Cameroon running out, I've no choice but to make the dangerous drive at night. And these roads are pretty treacherous. Not only do we have no street lighting, obviously, but it's filled with potholes and big rocks in the road. And I seem to be finding myself behind every single huge truck. And they're kicking up this dust so you can barely see in front of your face. Feels like, up to now, that this is probably the most dangerous thing that I'm tackling. Oh, check. It's taken all night. Finally, I've reached my destination. I'm in the beautiful Bakossi region of Cameroon, and those are the Bakossi Mountains. I was told to come here by Kaiman, who said that I should meet someone who he works with, a guy called Emanuel, who he said is the best beetle hunter in Cameroon. Hopefully, he'll be here, and I can get him to help me find this giant white Goliath beetle. Emanuel here?
Yes, this is house.
Oh, nice, right? Hi. You Emanuel?
Yes, sir.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Dominic.
Welcome.
I'm friends with Kaiman.
Okay, welcome, sir. Come in.
Oh, thank you. I only have a small amount of time here. I came to Cameroon to find the white beetle because they're so rare.
Yeah, it's not easy to see the white one.
Do you think maybe you could help me?
Yes, I will carry you to the forest.
Finally, I think I've connected with the man who can help me find my prize. But before the hunt can begin, I've been invited to attend another local ceremony.
A special blessing has been given to you in the field now. So when we go there, we shall succeed.
Blessing. All right, I'll take that. All of the village elders have come out to ask the gods for permission to climb the mountain.
With the blessings of our ancestors, all good things should follow you.
That we wish you a fine discovery in the forest where you are going.
Thank you. With the ceremony coming to an end, it's time for Emanuel and I to start climbing the mountain. So I came to learn, just after the blessing ceremony, that the previous chief was Emanuel's father. And one of the current chiefs is Emanuel's elder brother. I kind of get this impression that Emanuel is kind of a rebel prince. Emanuel has taken me to a special grove of trees about a day and a half from the village. In 20 years of hunting, it's where he's caught most of his white Goliaths. But in this forest, they could be anywhere.
This is the kind of place we used to catch Goliath lava.
Okay. So we're looking for beetle lava in here. Oh, look, there's a millipede. This is the giant African millipede, the biggest in the world. Here, I got it. Look at that guy. Hang on, let me get a leaf or something. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's a much bigger one. Here, we got two now. Nocturnal. They eat kind of rotting vegetation. And for those of you that usually get centipedes and millipedes confused, there's a couple of easy ways to work it out. Centipedes have way less legs than millipedes. Centipede, centi, means 100. Millipede, milli, means 1,000. Also, millipedes have this very cylindrical shape to their body. Centipedes are actually segmented, and they're much more flatter. They're actually much faster than millipedes. These guys are poisonous. It actually exudes this kind of orange poison here, leaks out of the side of its skin. And if you ingest that or get it in a cut on your skin, it'll make you sick. I'm just gonna try and get some of this poison off these guys. Yeah, look at that right there. I'm gonna put these guys back because they're nocturnal and being out in the daytime is gonna be a little confusing for them, but I enjoyed hanging out. So that was an unexpected treat in the middle of the forest. A giant African millipede. Cool. It's really steep here. We're just a few hours from the village when I get my very first look at why it's so hard to find a white Goliath beetle. Now you can see here, this clearing, they actually cut into the forest in certain sections so that they can use it to farm, use it to plant crops. Makes sense, you know, they're feeding their families, but it's also encroaching on the environment where all these animals live, including the white Goliath beetle. That means that Emanuel has to travel deeper and deeper into these forests to find his beetles. And the heat here is stifling. Really hot. But Emanuel knows how to make our situation a little more comfortable. So Emanuel's just tying these two sticks together, and I think it's because there's a papaya tree above us. We're gonna have some refreshment. Good shot. Gotta earn my supper. Can we eat it?
Yes.
It's really tasty. It's good, Emanuel. Very
nice.
good. Thank you. Suitably refreshed, it's time to get back on the hunt. You can find Goliath Beetle in rotten logs. These logs are just little mini worlds unto themselves, little tiny ecosystems. Oh, here is another beetle. This isn't a Goliath beetle, obviously, but Goliath beetles can only live in logs that have been broken down a little bit by other animals. So the fact that this little guy is living here shows that this log is probably a pretty good place for Goliath beetle to live. All right, let's keep looking. There's a bunch of ants. Looks like there's some termites. Oh, look. Oh. There, look. Wow. This is one of the animals of most people's nightmares. Oh, she's a little skittish, probably never smelled a human before. I'm just trying to work out what type of mood this particular tarantula is in. I'm gonna just leave my hand there and see if this tarantula thinks, it's okay, baby. It's all right. It's never been on a human hand before. Tarantula venom is extremely valuable to the spider. It only uses it when it needs it. And right now, hopefully, it doesn't feel threatened. The fangs can definitely reach bone on your fingers. And they get pushed down with an immense amount of force because the tarantula raises up and then comes straight down with these swords. I'm gonna put this little guy back before she gets too annoyed. I'll send you on your way. That was cool. The sun is now going down, and Emanuel has told me that we should make camp. So I'm just clearing a little bit of brush here. And then I'll make a fire before it gets too dark. I'm trying to see how Emanuel does it, because he kind of looks effortless when he swings his machete. And look how much he's cleared in comparison to me. We both started at the same time. I think sleeping on this forest floor tonight is going to be interesting. None of it's flat. All of it is covered in insects and leaf litter. This is camping to the nth degree. For anyone watching with 3D TV, that one's for you. Sweet. And now, I'm trying to start a fire. Oh, come on, buddy. Just shaving a little bit of this magnesium off into the leaf litter. I finally got it going. Now that I have shelter and a fire, it's time to set up tonight's entertainment. So I like to set up light traps everywhere that I go. Insects are much more active at night. So I'm gonna take this white sheet, hang it over your rope, and attach it. Begin. Tie this off. Attach the other side. Make sure that's a good enough height. think my favorite thing about the light trap is that once it's all set up, it really is just like waiting for Christmas morning, because the insects are going to come to you. You don't need to do any work. This is a really easy trap to do at home. All you need is a white sheet, some pegs, even clothes pegs would work, and a string or something to tie the sheet over. The other good thing about light traps is it doesn't hurt the insect, you know? The insect gets a little confused, comes over, hangs out by the sheet for a couple of hours, and then as soon as you turn the light off, they fly away. Any insect that navigates by the light of the moon is going to be distracted by the lights that are pointing at this white sheet, thinking it's the moon. Fly towards the sheet, buzz, 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 buzz. Hit the sheet and either stick on the sheet or they'll land on this little ramp. So I'll come back in a couple of hours, turn on the lights when it's dark, and I'll see what we get. All right, let's see. Wow, this turned out really, really good. This is a katydid, and there's some nocturne moths and some flying ants. There's some midges. It's a beautiful white one here.
I was hoping to attract a Goliath beetle, but one of its more dangerous cousins has shown up instead.
This incredible insect here called an assassin bug. And I'm staying pretty far away from it for a few reasons. It can fly, and it can bite. And that little proboscis at the front of the assassin bug's head is the straw that it uses to pierce into flesh and drink blood. So let's see what else we've got. This is a little baby mantis. These guys are ferocious hunters. They're extremely visual. I mean, if you look at the size of these guys' eyes, they see incredibly well, and they have a really amazing hunting technique. Their front two legs are pulled back, almost like slingshots. When they see something that they want to eat, they fire them out, and the legs actually go through the animal that they're trying to catch, and they bring it back, and they just start eating it. Oh, there's another beastie right here, this tiny little innocuous-looking thing, and it's called a rarest beetle. It's tiny. It's no bigger than my little fingernail, but it creates a toxic chemical in its abdomen that burns flesh, and it's quite painful. Apart from the assassin bug, this is the one that you want to avoid. I'm gonna turn the light off, let these guys go on their way. See you later. So it's the end of camp day one. We've got a beautiful roaring fire going now. When I tell people in Cameroon that I've come here to look for the giant white Goliath beetle, most people kind of laugh, you know. They make out like it's going to be completely impossible.
I have to admit, with no luck today, I'm starting to agree with them.
This beetle feels like it's a little bit of a phantom, you know. It's like I'm chasing a ghost.
There's a tree here.
After a grueling 3-hour trek deeper into the jungle, we finally reach Emanuel's secret hunting ground. And I'm probably one of the only Westerners ever to have come here. It's filled with cecropia trees, the key to Emanuel's beetle hunting technique.
When you clean it like this, after 1 month, the beetle will come and land up because of the smell.
Can I smell it?
Yes.
It's got a little kind of sweet smell. Does anybody else do this, or just you?
Only I alone. They don't know the secret of this.
So you don't share the secret?
And I don't show them.
Well, I won't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I'll keep it secret.
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep walking.
Yeah.
Emanuel wants to head deeper into the forest to find some trees that he prepared last month.
It's been really, really enjoyable to learn some of the tricks of a master bushman. And I'm hoping that today will prove successful. So fingers crossed. All of my hopes are pinned on this secret hunting spot, but it's not looking good. Every tree we check is coming up empty. Let's keep going. I've traveled over 450 kilometers into the heart of Cameroon. It's starting to look like I'm not going to complete this mission. But then suddenly,
Hey. Oh, wow.
one of Emanuel's trees delivers.
Look.
This is the giant white Goliath beetle. I can't believe it. It's right here sitting on this tree. So the technique that Emanuel uses works perfectly. Here's a male. There's a female right here. That'll be his girlfriend. So this tree almost acts like a beetle nightclub. You come here to have some food, meet a friend, maybe make some babies. You can see why it's called the white Goliath beetle. This guy has this beautiful white wing case in here, which makes it so valuable to the collectors. It's really heavy. I wish you guys could feel how heavy this beetle is. It's about the weight of a billiard ball, which for an insect is just crazy. And as you can see at the end of his legs, he has these little hooks. They're like little climbing hooks. And these beetles are so strong. I mean, he just pulled my hand towards him using the strength that he has in his body. Ow! Oh, you love my finger. This mission really pushed me to the limit. But I've had a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with a critically endangered species in the wild. In the next 10, 15, certainly 20 years, possibly the only way that you could see these would be pinned in a museum, dead. And that's nowhere near as fun as hanging out with something as alive and beautiful as this. And since he's been so good and so well-behaved and he's not torn my hand up to shreds too much, I'm gonna put him back with his girlfriend, because I'm sure he's got a little bit of work to do. How cool is that? The giant white Goliath beetle.